We can do more than we think we can because God calls us to trust Him. May 2016, my family and I are in the States for maintaining our support. And one day, I received email from the national leadership from Macedonia about the new vision and the strategy for reaching university students for Christ. That was communicated with me on a very clear way. And I thought, this is a great idea. But one question immediately came to my mind, and that was how? It was different that most SLM staff has done so far. We were targeting before only one city with around 30,000 students. The new strategy includes another 30,000 students, the new goal actually, located in the 10 cities around Macedonia. That means that in addition to the classical way of doing ministry, my team should also do a catalytic ministry. Knowing myself that I need to see clearly the goal before to do something, this goal was too big. I had that thinking that for the right caliber, you need to have a right scope if you like to hit the target. When we ask the question, what is our biggest challenge in changing the ministry, two things stood up. First, we have a lot of work in Skopje and why we should add more on that. And second, the new strategy requires of us at the same time to do catalytic ministry and classic ministry. Not everyone wants changes. Not that the changes will bring more difficult things, but that the fact that these things should be done differently than we are used to can make us feel frustrated. For example, when Yahoo will make some changes on our email and then we are frustrated. What can influence us to act out this idea? We can do more than we think we can because God called us to trust Him. I think that in our context, and my context, we have a great influence for the place where we grow up, the society where we live, the friends we associate with, the church we are going. We can always do more, but can we trust God more? We experience Jesus in our lives in many ways, such as acceptance, forgiveness, love, care, providence, and much more. But when the time comes to trust God for bigger things, that He will take care for more bigger things, we're faced with a lack of faith. Jesus said to His disciples, Mark 9:19, "O faithless generation, how long am I to be with you? How long am I to bear with you?" Let me not forget that this message also applies to me. So many times, I'm like this man in the story, Mark 9, I'm reading from 22 to 24. "But if you can do anything, have compassion on us and help us." And Jesus said to him, "If you can, all things are possible for one who believes." Immediately the father of the child cried out and said, "I believe. Help my unbelief." Think for a moment. Have we ever asked this question, can you do it, God? But the right question to ask is whether we believe that God can do it. We said that God does and He can do great things, but do we act like that? Doubt is always here. Doubt is a killer of the vision. What is important here? To confess in front of God and to be honest with ourselves. Mark 9:24, "I believe, help my unbelief." Let's go back to the story. What did we do? We started with a prayer. Together with our students, we went for a training for a catalytic ministry. We started with a planning, consulting. How will this look like in practice? To be honest, this process was not easy. What I'm thankful for to the Lord is that during this process, the trust in our team was growing. Yes, we expanded our scope, so our goal now is 60,000 students who study in the 10 cities around Macedonia. We divided Macedonia into 2 regions, southeast and southwest. Each regions, they have their own coordinators, and each staff is responsible to do a local ministry and catalytic ministry on a specific city. God was blessing our ministry. We were be able to see a movement in the 3 cities out of 10. Yes, we're still far from our goal. But do we trust God? I will say yes. Because we stepped out of the boat and we start walking. Matthew 14:29, he said, "Come." So Peter got out of the boat and walked on the water and came to Jesus. As we trust in God with this new vision, he was blessing us beyond our imagination. And he even gave us opportunity to send the workers out of the borders of Macedonia. What I'm sharing here is the result of a prayer, dedicated teamwork, perseverance, and commitment of our students in the process of making Christ disciples. Okay, we're going to finish with these beautiful words from this song.
I see the world as it can be. I have a dream and I believe my God can do it all in me. To be the light more than before, to trust my God for so much more. More than we hope, more than we plan, more than is possible for man. More than we dream, more as we pray, more than whatever we can say. God can do anything. He can do anything, more than we can imagine. Whoa.
Thank you very much.